Welcome back, guys, to yet another Dragon Blaze video. Hope you guys are doing well today. Trying to come out with the content daily, at least a couple times weekly, trying to get back to that. But today's videos is just, I guess, normal content, but also for beginners as well, returning players. Today we are doing Revenge. This is where you're going to get your jewels and stuff, but I mentioned this, especially for beginners. Is the Caledon event here yet? All right, Caledon's not here yet. So all your events, make sure you participate in all your events. But today, the video is about Revenge. And this one is important because it's where you get all your jewels and stuff from. You're mostly going to get your jewels from here. Like, you're not really going to get them anywhere else per se. So you definitely want to make sure that you participate in this event. Just give me 1 second to get through this. Because Revenge is definitely very important to be able to go into and be able to know what factors you need to go into Revenge and how to get the Revenge in a fast manner. There isn't really anything particularly you need to worry about Revenge as far as hard trying to get through it. I'm just burning through these real quick because the video's not going to be that long. So we're just going to use those real fast and then kind of go through here and finish the cobblestones. But yeah. Oh no. Well, I guess I'll do that tomorrow. But this is the best time to get your rubies. Well, you do get rubies from this event, but best time to get your jewels and stuff like that from regular to ultimate. It's going to be nice that you actually participate in this event. And this video will always be here. It won't be like a long video. I just want to get through these two things, and then we'll get started with Revenge. I just gotta have to get this stuff out the way before I forget to do it later. I still have a couple more things to do, but we'll just do that off recording. But this is basically just guild content stuff. Hopefully you guys will join a guild. Like I said before, I made a guild video to where it is important that you be in a guild because there's more content, there's buffs, which will help you in general. I've used buffs all the time. There's hardly any time I do not use a buff. They're active through anything you do. Your buffs will work for you. So I highly recommend you join a guild for that reason. And it's just more content joining the guild. You get some pretty cool stuff being in the guild. I enjoy being in a guild. I made sure I was the leader of my own guild because I didn't really care about all the extra stuff. But anyways, let's get to it. I'll get all that stuff here shortly. So Revenge. So Revenge is basically you just go through a couple of waves and then you'll eventually get to the boss. There isn't really any kind of particular team you need. You can follow the recommendations here if you don't have too many heroes. You know, these are like some of the best heroes that you can use, all the ones that are displayed here. But you can get through this. Like, that's a mage right there. I would say a priest, healer, archer, rogue, mage. I believe she may be an archer, maybe, if not damage dealer. Archer, rogue, archer, healer, paladin. I'm not sure. I think she might be a rogue. Rogue, could be wrong. Rogue, archer. He's a dual wielder or a paladin. I think he's a rogue, archer, and then paladin. So sometimes I might be wrong, but there isn't any kind of particular build. Just make sure you have a healer at least. A healer and maybe somebody that can buff your team up. And then for beginners, just have a healer in your team and just puts, damage. Let's see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 8. So I would guess just have like one healer, one paladin, and then 3 dual wielders or 3 warriors, and then like 3 archers if you want to, or Just a combination of that, or mages. Try to have different groups while you're doing this. Your rewards, obviously, don't worry about being top rewards. It's not really going to matter too much. You're going to get some rubies from this regardless, as long as you participate and keep playing in it. It's definitely worth doing for sure. But yeah, don't worry about like the top ranking and stuff like that. Your rewards, you get rubies. That's really it for this. But you go in, make sure your heroes growth slots are clear. Your heroes growth is like your armor and stuff like that, where you enchant your armors and stuff like that. I would have did a lot more of these, but I didn't realize what that was because it's changed up so long in this game. Heroes growth can be where you go make character cards and make them stronger. So I kind of wish they did a better idea of heroes growth than what it stands for. But make sure your slots are clear. So the whole goal is basically just to get through all the waves. It shouldn't be too difficult for you, as long as you have a healer. Again, a healer, a paladin, a good healer, a good paladin, and 3 archers, 3 paladins. Well, not archers. 3 archers, 3 dual wielders, 3 warriors. You can have an incanter and here a mage. You can have a mixture of both. I kind of recommend, like I said, paladin, healer, and then either 3 archers and 3 dual wielders, or 3 mages and 3 warriors. It just depends on what kind of team you want to get through this, and it's not really difficult getting through this as well. And then the very last wave is just fighting the boss. You will use both your teams, so you need 16 characters for this, and it shouldn't take you no time to get through this. You're going to get a lot of good rewards going through this as well. It's definitely very worth going through. Keep in mind, Caladon events coming up soon, so hopefully you didn't use any of your Caladon charges. Let it get maxed. Mine is now. I have to go to my guild, which I'm the leader of, and use the decrease points Caladon consumption buff, which will give me more entries to get more resources. Make sure you come in and participating. You have 2 times off rewards right now, offhand rewards. Make sure you're participating and getting that. I told you where do you spend your gold and stuff at as well. Make sure you're keeping up with all your stuff, guys. Beginners, returning players, veterans, you really don't have to worry about this video. This is really for you because you already know what to do. But returning players, it may not, because they haven't played in so long. That obviously beginners are still adjusting to the game. So there's a lot of stuff you can get from here. New characters out. I've made it. Obviously, Maker. Still a good time to spend rubies if you want to, specifically on those packs. Eventually, you want to kind of save your resources and try to spend some rubies on getting some armor, or your equipment. Sorry, your equipment for your regular characters, and then your armors for your impacts to make them much more stronger. That's going to help out a long way, especially getting through the adventure mode. Yeah, I'm done with the adventure now. You can also keep farming that, by the way. Once you get done, you can keep farming it, and it'll still give you rewards. So that's a great way to obtain a lot of resources as well. If you want to keep farming like a specific part in your adventure dungeons, you can actually do that. Catherine's story is now done on my end. She's level 100. There's no more story to be had, but you can still farm in her story as well, like whatever part of what you want to farm, so you can get more like souls and like essences and gold. You can still do that as well. But basically here, you kind of just going through this really quickly. It doesn't take no time to really get through this. Just have a good recommended team for this. Keep the team alive and go through it for as far as like your heroes wise. The heroes I'm using here, they're all quite good for sure. But you can still get through this using your first impacts as well and second impact. This wasn't made to be super challenging to discourage people from playing this mode. It's really important because you don't get more jewels here than anywhere else. Like, you just don't. You can't mine for them. You don't really get them through your daily aspiration either, because those jewels are the ones for your armors. So these jewels are for your jewel sanctuary for you to gain more power. Well, you're not going to gain power now because they took power away from us, but your goal is to get them to the very last evolution and then use your ultimate jewels to power up your abilities, which If you're interested in that, beginners, I did make a video about that already that you can go check out. I might do a recommendation at some point, making a video about that, like what skills you should be using for your characters. I might do that because the abilities, because that would be very useful as well. But definitely check out that video if you're curious to know about those. As I said, don't worry about that. Skip that. Don't pay attention to those duels because you're not there yet. And you might not be able to get there as quickly. But with this event, if you get lucky enough and get your drops, you will. This event doesn't stay around as long as it used to. It used to stay for like a few weeks, maybe longer than that. Now they kind of cut the events down shortly. So it ain't going to be around for too much longer. Next month, I think early next month, this event will be over. So very upset that I didn't get a chance to play it a whole bunch. But it's kind of harsh to miss this event specifically because you need these for your characters. You need these jewels for your characters for sure. And you'll need them in the near future because you never know what the game's going to bring. And plus the ultimate jewels, you'll need those to get different abilities for your sockets. So you have one of each class and one different abilities. You're going to need the ultimate ones to change that set ability if you don't like it. But as far as this, I mean, it's not too crazy. Just getting through this. You can use physical team. You can use all physical, all magic. Up to you. You can use healer, paladin, incantor, and then a couple of dual wielders and warriors, or a couple of dual wielders, archers, and mages. I mean, it just depends. There isn't like an intricate team you can use. You can follow the top guides if you want to, but there isn't like a specific guide really for this. Maybe back in the day, but as long as you have a really good healer, a good paladin, and a good team that can deal some good damage, you'll be able to get through this. So there's a time limit there, as you see, to do a lot of damage. That only matters for your ranking. It doesn't matter about the ranking. Don't pay attention to that. Oh, see, there's a hero's growth thing. It's full. So we got a lot of resources from that. So your hero's growth will be here. And it's full again, so now I have to basically enchant. But I did get some new enchantments here, some new stuff for my character, so let's go ahead and enchant here. We have finally a full gold set finally, and basically, you gotta basically enhance in order for you to make space. I mean, I just got rid of spaces not too long ago. I don't know why I have to use more. It gets kind of annoying, but I don't want to use that. I want to use the, why is it? I really don't want to use these, but we'll use it. Oh, okay, good. Let's get that to max 5. So basically, here's your hero's growth, where you have to like empty out some of your slots because it ain't gonna let you participate anymore. So I have to do this now before, because it's not gonna let me keep playing if I don't. Since I know where to go now, it didn't tell me that before, so I'm kind of trying to get through this real quick. We're just going to burn all these so I can kind of have space. Also, I need to do this anyway, so to power up, to get these to max anyway, so we'll just go ahead and just do that. Kind of get I should have enough space now, but definitely that's basically it for the whole video here. Going through that is easy. There isn't any kind of specific heroes that you need, like I said, to go through that. Just the lineup. If you have Helios, that would be awesome to use her. I recommend her more than anybody because she's just outright incredible hero. Just make sure you have good damage. Even with low tier heroes, you have some really good low tier champion heroes too that are quite powerful and they can put out some serious damage. Just make sure you have a healer, a good paladin, and then offensive stuff, and you should be able to get through that. And then make sure you're doing it 3 times a day because you need those jewels. Those jewels are intricate in what's about to come, because you need to be powering up your characters with the abilities. It does suck that they took away power, because they used to give us power a long time ago for your jewels. So they're finding different ways to kind of like nerf how much power you can gain, and it really hurts for the ones who aren't like crazy active. And even if you are active, it still kind of bites, because we need to have a lot more power. But this game demands you to get on and play. You can't really miss hardly any good events, because you're going to be further behind. And then when they make a new set of characters, they nerf the recent ones, so to make it even harder for you to kind of compete. But this is just guild stuff. It is Saturday. I don't want to do this later, so I'm doing it now. Tomorrow I'll probably get on and do like a couple of things, not much. Usually I don't play on Sundays, but I get on and do like really important things, just like a handful of things, and that's it. I don't really do like the whole rundown. But we're trying to get this done as it is. But that's basically it. I'm gonna have to see what new content's coming out soon. I know the new character just came out, so we'll be getting one for a little while now. You can see all the events as well. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we can still do. I'm still cranking out the videos. There's still more I gotta do. I have to do a Tower of Phantom video as well. My characters are stuck there currently because I have to power up my mages. So we're slowly working on that, trying to get them stronger so I can get through the tower. Make sure you're participating in Kat's event as well, because she does give you more resources. The more resources you have, the better life is in this game. I'm gonna open up some packs real quick and just choose characters real fast. Ain't nothing too crazy here. We're just gonna get through this real quick. But hopefully my beginners, you guys are getting through the game smoothly. As far as Adventure Dungeon goes, you're gonna have to kind of finagle with your team. The heroes that are doing the most damage, keep those and kind of just finagle with your team. Like I had to do that a couple times. Not like a whole like refresh of a whole brand new team. Usually just like one or two characters. And you have to get lucky, guys. You know, you have to get really lucky. You have to get a good pattern in order to get through what you're trying to get through, because this game is about luck in most cases. Like, I'm just being flat out honest. It's about luck, but it's also about you participating and making your crew stronger too. So those are the two factors you have to worry about. Oh, this is actually not bad, actually. This is a pretty decent pack right here. That's actually pretty decent. Well, guys, that is it for today's video. I will see you soon for the next one. Stand by.